Hello, brother.
Hi, assalamu alaikum, brother. Brother, can you turn your TV down and listen to me through the phone?
Yes, it is down. I just called earlier. I asked the question, but it was not, what were his names?
Yes,
I just wanted to know about the Imam Ali.
Okay,
Ibn
sorry.
Abi Talib's sons.
The line was very bad before,
Hassan
brother.
and Imam Hussein.
Sure.
What were the other?
Sure, the lines were very bad, so we couldn't hear you before. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Do you want to take this one?
Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam had a number of sons. From Fatima al-Zahra alayhi salam, he had Imam al-Hassan and Imam al-Hussein. And he had the miscarried baby that was known as Muhsin. From al-Banin, he had 4 sons as well. He had Abu Fadl al-Abbas alayhi salam. He had a son by the name of Ja'far, a son by the name of Aun, and a son by the name of Uthman, who he named after Uthman ibn Mad'un, the 14th convert to the religion of Islam. In terms of from Asma bint Umays, he had 2 sons. And from Khawla bin Ja'far, he had Muhammad ibn al-Hanafiyyah.
We have another caller. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. I believe we have another caller. No? Okay. Assalamu alaikum.
How are you, Brother Isa?
Very good, alhamdulillah. How are you?
It's so good to have Sayyid Ammar on this great show. My question for the Sayyidina, first of all, hope you're good and good to see you on this program. My question is if you can give us an explanation on the tradition of the golden chain about Imam Ali ibn Musa al-Redha. An explanation for us to understand it more clear. And thank you very much. And keep up the good work. Wassalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much, brother. Thank you very much.
Well, the golden chain refers to the discussion concerning the science of hadith. As we know, with any hadith that is narrated, you may have a number of people who are in that chain. And when you study the biographies of these personalities, it helps you verify the chain. As well as when you study the date of the narrative and the date of the narrators, it also helps you to conclude as to whether the chain is broken or whether the chain is complete. And when you see the number of times that hadith has been narrated in different chains, then of course you'll reach a level of reliability. So arguably, the more renowned and more trustworthy the narrators, the more pure the chain is going to be. And when you come towards the golden chain refers to an incident where Imam Ali ibn Musa al-Redha makes clear that when we narrate a tradition, or when he narrates a tradition, he's learned that tradition from Imam Musa ibn Ja'far alayhi his father, who took it from Imam al-Sadiq alayhi his father, who took it from Imam al-Baqir alayhi his father, who took it from Imam Zayn al-Abidin alayhi his father, who took it from Imam al-Hussein alayhi his father, who took it from Imam al-Hassan alayhi his brother, who took it from Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi his father, who took it from Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam, who took it from Jibreel, who took it from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is known as the golden chain, because that is the purest chain that you can get within the hadith literature. For you have the great grandsons of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi, and each one of them is the most knowledgeable of the personalities of his time. As in Imam Ali ibn Musa alayhi never ever doubt the fact that in his own time there are many who revere him as being the trustworthy and the knowledgeable one of al-Muhammad salawatullah wa salamuhu alayhima. You find that there are narrations, for example, which discuss him, which come forward and state that at the age of 20 he's already giving legal judgments. Another narrator states, I listened to 18,000 answers on theology from Imam Ali ibn Musa alayhi salam. How many? 18,000 answers on theology from Imam Ali ibn Musa alayhi salam. Even Ibn Majah in his Sunan has a section where he narrates from Imam Ali ibn Musa alayhi salam and says this is the trustworthy and the pure of the knowledgeable ones of al-Muhammad. So when we have a golden chain, we have it from the imams of Ahlebait who narrate from one another back to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi, from Jibreel, from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
I believe we have another caller on the line. Inshallah, I want to answer this call. We can go to we can deal with this call, answer the question, and go to a break. Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Brother, I've got a small question. Why did Imam Reza alayhi salam become the successor of Mamun?
Okay. Thank you very much, brother. I actually want to touch on this later. It's a very good question by the brother dealing with the issue of Imam Reza being first offered the Caliphate itself and then being offered to be made Crown Prince. I want to go back to the question we were dealing with earlier of Bab al-Hawaij. Was that a title that applied to all the Imams then? Because I was under the impression, and due to my own ignorance, that it was only certain Imams who had this title. So,
like the most famous of the people who had the title Bab al-Hawaij are two. One is an Imam, one's not an Imam. One is Imam Musa ibn Ja'far alayhi salam, and the other is Abu Fadl al-Abbas alayhi salam. And if you read their ziyarat, you'll find that within the salutations sent towards them, that they are titled as Bab al-Hawaij. However, this does not deny that all the other Imams may be seen as Bab al-Hawaij as well, that the doors to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala answering prayers. But there are people who may be an Imam or not an Imam, but they've been given this honor.
Okay, thank you very much. I believe we can take this call now, inshallah, and then we'll go to the break. Assalamu alaikum.
Hello, walaikum salam.
Alaikum assalam, brother.
I've got a question. Okay, first of all, I am Sayyid. My mother is Sayyid. And my father is Sayyid. I want to know, basically, I know there's a book out there from the Imam, who were all Sayyid, and it is called the Golden Dissertation. I want to know, is there a version in English that we can get hold of? And I want to know. And it's very nice to meet you, Sayyid Ammar. Thank you. Goodbye. Sadaqah. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much, brother.
Yes, the Golden Dissertation, we'd like to thank the brother for his question and his kind words. The Golden Dissertation is seen as being one of the renowned works of the Imam, the golden piece of dissertation on medicine. It really goes to highlight to you that the Imams of Ahlebait, their knowledge was not just confined to theology, nor was it confined to ethics, it was also confined to the study of sciences. The Golden Dissertation is seen as being a work where the Imam elaborates and analyzes different areas of the medical world. And Baqir Sharif al-Qarashi has translated the Golden Dissertation, and it's available in English in his biography of Imam Ali ibn Musa Redha alayhi salam.
And isn't this one of the tragedies of the Ahlebait, in that they were the source of knowledge for humankind? Obviously, the Islamic civilization was a civilization which ruled the world at its time, the basis of which were the Imams of Ahlebait. And then after this civilization began to wane, so to speak, Western civilization used the Islamic scholars and scientists like Jabir ibn Hayyan and the others as their basis of their science. How do we overturn this historical tragedy, really, that the Imams haven't been recognized for their service to humankind? And what can we do now, us who speak English and can, serve, inshallah?
I think sometimes the problem as to why the Imams of Ahlul Bayt's knowledge has not reached the world is our own fault. Why? Because we have a problem where we cocoon our Imams to ourselves and we don't let anyone share them. We don't let anyone learn from them. And it's vital that we look at our Imams as universal beacons of knowledge, not just as our Imams of Ahlul Bayt. You see, when you look at Gandhi, for example, the first thing that comes into your head isn't the word Hindu. The first thing comes to your head is a universal reformer, a universal leader. If you look at someone like Martin Luther King, the first thing that comes into your head isn't Christian. It's a universal reformer, universal leader. Likewise with the Imams of Ahlul Bayt, we have, unfortunately, when projecting them, straight away put the word next to them, Muslim Imam. Whereas in reality, these were servants of humanity. These were people who, when they go out in the public, should be known that any human being, irrespective of his religion, can take them as a beacon of light. And that's why with the Imams of Ahlul Bayt, stemming from Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam, they would elucidate on the areas of ethics, on the areas of law, on the areas of theology, on the area of Arabic grammar, syntax and morphology, on the area of, for example, astronomy and geography. You find, for example, from the time of Imam Zain al-Abidin, Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam, you've already got people entering the classes of astronomy, entering the classes of geography, studying Greek texts as well. And then after that, when you've got someone like Imam Ali ibn Musa Redha alayhi salam, the brother mentioned something which many people haven't heard. I guarantee you, if you go to many mosques in the world today who are going to celebrate the imamate of Imam Ali ibn Musa Redha alayhi salam, you've got some people who will go because it's a cultural festival. They're not intending to learn anything whatsoever. You've got some people who will go and probably hear the same lecture they heard the year before. But then you'll have people who will bring new stories to light, especially regarding the golden dissertation on medicine. And that golden dissertation is a dissertation which many of our medical students today can read and maybe write a journal article so that the non-Muslim medical world can learn how the imams of Ahlebait were already discussing medicine from that time. So the religion of Islam is not a religion which confines its knowledge to itself, but uses knowledge to serve the whole of humanity.
Thank you very much. Inshallah, we're going to go to a very short break now. And as I want to remind you, we're discussing the life of Imam Redha alayhi salam. And this is a live show, so if you wish to call and ask us any questions, the number is 0208 900 1741. So inshallah you can phone us and have a discussion with us, and we look forward to seeing you after this break. Assalamu alaikum. Brother, could you turn your TV?
Hello, yes, I can hardly hear you.
Do you have a question, brother?
I can't hear you.
Could you ask your question, brother?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Only if I put the TV up, then... now.
Sure, please ask your question, brother.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Can you hear me now? Yeah. Assalamu alaikum, Isa.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Assalamu alaikum, Sayyid Ammar. Allah yakhalik lana ya.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
I want to ask you that it was Ma'mun, Allah al-Aniyat, who murdered the Imam. Whatever happened to Ma'mun? How did he die? Can you please answer us that? Thank you.
Thank you very much, brother. Thank you. I don't know if you want to deal with this now or at the end of the show, because we will come to this later, because we are going to touch on the shahadat of Imam Redha alayhi salam. But thank you for the call, brother. I want to talk more now about the circumstances which actually saw Imam Redha taken from Medina to